Hello all, December 18th, 2012. Well, there is some news today, so let's go over to the board and see what's going on. Okay, a judge in Texas, or Texas, depending on where you're from, put a temporary restraining order on the Keystone XL Pipeline running through Texas. They've stopped the work for a period of 2 weeks while they hear a case that Michael Bishop and other landowners in Texas have filed against the pipeline. They want to stop it because when Trans-Canada came and talked to them about putting the pipeline in, they told them that the oil that was going through the pipeline was not tar sands oil. Well, it turns out, of course it's tar sands oil. That's what it's all about, is taking the tar sands and bringing it to the Gulf of Mexico. They're also worried about the leaks that will come out of the pipe eventually. There'll always be a leak in a pipe that size. And so they're asking the courts to reissue the permits under a federal law. And Michael doesn't think that they can get a permit if they went through the feds instead of the state of Texas. A little bit of good news, huh? Okay, I found a poll online on whether you support or don't support the XL pipeline. Let me show you what the people that took the poll said. Unfortunately, I was not able to get a number of people that were taking the poll, but it had to have been in the hundreds or even 1,000, considering where the source was. Okay, there it is. It was 24% were for the pipeline and 76% was against the pipeline. Well, at least that's nice to see. And since it's such a clear, cold, crisp day, let's go out and see how many barges there are in the bay. Yesterday, there was almost 6 to 7 barges in San Francisco Bay. Very cold, crisp, clear day. Well, I'm either counting 5 or 6 barges. Again, I'm not sure because they're pointed towards us, so I'm not sure if it's a barge or part of a crane. And with an increase in Brent crude prices lately, let's go see what they're doing today. Got the board. And today's Brent crude must be a signal that the end of the world is coming, because look at the gradient. It's so compact. We started out around 108, went up, went down, went up, went down, went up, went down, went up, went down, all the way back to where we started. Then we shot right up to 108.8. 108.8. I think that does signal the end of the world. What do you think? Gasoline's been going down a little bit. Let's go see what the gasoline prices are doing. Inexpensive gas station. Expensive gas station. Okay, that bird right there just attacked another bird right in front of me. Look, he's coming in for another pass. I mean, he was within 3 feet of me. Just swooped right in and tried to attack a little bird. As we're heading up to Studio 7, we're actually at the top of the hill. Now we'll go down into the studio. Before I left, I noticed that the jet stream over California was ripping along at about 375 miles an hour. It's one of the fastest jets I've seen in some time. That means there's a lot of cold air north and a lot of hot air south, causing the jet stream to speed up. That's what we want. That'll get us a more normal winter and less extreme storms. But as you can see, the jet stream, the bottom of it, is actually influencing the wind just right above us here, but not at my location. It's about maybe 50 feet above us, and if we could go up 50 more feet, we would feel the jet stream. Okay, I wanted to show you this. As you can see right here, it's pretty much wind free. There's no wind at all at my elevation. Right up here, right at the top of these trees, you can see the wind is blowing pretty heavily. Okay, This next, we only have this little small area of Studio 7, so we'll make the best use of it. As you know, the end of the planet is predicted to happen on December 21st at 4:12 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, U.S. 1 out of every 10 people in the U.S. believe that the end of the world is coming in just a few days. We are going to report on this issue. We may put out as many as 2 full reports on this, and we'll be there at exactly 4:12 to see what the end looks like. And the reason we get to look at it is because we live in San Francisco, which is a sacred, apparently if you're in a sacred spot, you're actually going to be okay. So we'll show you how the end of the world happened. But I have to say, it would take a it would take a giant explosion of some sort to end the world. Well, I mean, would it end? And what is the world? Is the world the Earth, or is it the universe, or is it our galaxy? I don't know. You know, I'm going to have to ask the Miss Maple Gas about this and see what happens. I'm going to start up the Maple Gas report shortly. In fact, it may be even before the 21st of December, so that we all get at least one more report before we all end. You know, I think that's just hogwash to end the world before this video series is over with. And you know, we're going to have to get a protest going, a quick one, worldwide, a protest against the Mayan calendar, end of the world. If you have any ideas, put them out there. Put your message out there. You're against the end of the world. There's just too much to do still. I mean, we haven't reached the end of oil yet, and how can anything be a disaster if the oil hasn't finished out yet? And what about climate change? That hasn't happened to the extreme that it's going to. I mean, we just cannot have end of the world yet. It just can't happen. So if you're against the end of the world, put a message out there. Tell the reasons why. And before I leave here, I want to say that the Maple Gas report will be coming shortly, and the before the end of the world reports, or maybe both at the same time. But it won't be peak oil, but it'll be on the same channel. So until next time. It's up to us.